Hello, friends. How are you today or this evening? I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to come back very quickly again because I do have another revelation. I feel like one of my biggest issues on earth has always been boredom. I am pretty much always bored and a little bit disenchanted with everything. Like, I always just want to leave whatever it is. I just want to go. And I think that's really funny just because that's just an aspect of my personality. Earlier, I talked about how I would rather stare at a tree from my car than stare at what did I say? Oh, a computer from a desk or something. And I will just say that honestly, both of those are equally boring to me. I've done both of those things in my life. When I worked for the market research firm, I started out on the phones, but after a few months, I did get promoted and I ended up in an office job where I stared at a computer for the next 2.5 years, honestly. And it's really funny because when I worked in retail, we just stood there waiting for the customers to come. And it was fun once the customers came, but it was also a lot more stressful. And then when I worked in film and television, depending on what side of the camera I was on, we either stood there or sat there waiting for somebody to get this stuff together so we could do something very quickly for a few seconds. I would say when I worked on the phones, though, it was the most fast-paced because the computer just will not have the calls don't stop. Like, you cannot stop the calls. As soon as you're jacked in, you are jacked in. And that is probably the most fast-paced environment I ever worked in. But the most fun, I would have to say, is probably a commercial kitchen. How did I start talking about jobs when I came here to talk about boredom? That is really interesting. I don't know how we got here, but how do I wrap up? And no matter what I'm doing, it's boring to me. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. Is anybody else just like bored just in general? Is there anything more fun to do here? Is my question. Okay, talk to there. Hello. Hello, friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to make a quick video. Here is little Clementine. Where is she? There she is. And she is very ready to go to the beach. We have made it to the LBC, and we are at Rosie's Dog Beach because that is always one of our favorite spots. We always have to pay our respects to our girl Rosie, the cutest little bulldog in the whole entire world. And I just wanted to give a quick update for anybody who cared or wanted to follow along. We made it here, and my car has this really cool thing called, I have no idea what it is, but it's cruise control, and the cruise is basically autonomous. All I had to do was hold on to the steering wheel the entire time. Clementine was sitting in my lap. I was able to pet her the entire time. This is basically a self-driving car. So that's really exciting. The fact that I didn't have to use my feet made it a lot easier to get here. And we're going to go walk on the beach, and I'll talk to you later. Love you. Hello, friends. I just wanted to come back very quickly to make a short little video about the weather. It is currently about 69 degrees here right now, and yesterday in Las Vegas, it was a 112. So that is the big difference, and I'm very super excited to be out of the weather. This place is absolutely stunning, and the weather is just really the determining factor. It's just awesome. I love being here. Obviously, I don't want to be outside, but if you have to be, this is the view. Later, we're going to talk about this. I hope you can see it. It is a literal city in the middle of the ocean. It's very disgusting. And the last time I came to this beach and I put my feet in the sand, I got oil stuck in between my toes. There was a literal glob of actual black oil stuck in between my toes. That is how disgusting Long Beach actually is. You know, I can't come anywhere and not be dark world light work. So dark world light work. Okay, so I have to make this video quick because I only have like 20% on my phone because the charger that I have does not work with the car. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Look at this. Hey, me and Boo are walking on the beach, on Long Beach. We already walked with her on the leash and then she gave up, so we came back. So now Boo can ride. She did really well in the car because she basically sat in my lap the whole time. I tried to put her in the back seat. She was not having it. And so she sat with me, which is really not what I would like, but whatever keeps my girl happy. And now we are
about to do our second walk on the Long Beach, and I will talk to you later. I guess I will just edit this into a little vlog. California is a lot more fun to vlog than Las Vegas because there's nothing fun to do in Las Vegas. So here we go.
Hello friends, how are you today? I am coming at you live from the beach once again on day one after having slept in the car for the night. We were able to sleep in a Planet Fitness parking lot, which makes me think that California was up to something too, because for the entire 5 years that I lived in California, from the COVID era all the way until I left, Planet Fitnesses in my area were not 24 hours. You could not park in the parking lots overnight, and none of them were open 24 hours. And they all had some very strange hours. So let's put a pin in that one. And I'm just going to say cha-ching if that's the case. But anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit about just the whole ordeal, the whole experience. Let's start about the positives. My favorite thing about the nomadic lifestyle is the constant movement. I love to have a day filled with action. I would much prefer to be going all day long than sitting. I mean, genuinely, I really, really do enjoy it. However, in this climate, or probably in any climate, it does get to be enough after a while, and you do want to go home. But even if I was like a traveler and I constantly traveled to different cities and everything and just hung out all day and then only slept somewhere at night, I feel like I could do that. I think that people should have that as an available option. Nobody on this planet should be not able to sleep in a comfortable, safe environment. For me, there's a lot of parts about this that suck. Number one, the food. I like to prepare my own food, so this is impossible, and I refuse to do the thing with the camping stove again and mess up my car. The car is already, in my opinion, destroyed. There's dog hair and food and all this stuff already in it. It smells gross to me because there's dog hair and stuff. But anyway, that sucks. And then it's dangerous sleeping outside at night in a car, and I don't even have window coverings right now, and I don't even feel like putting them on, and I fell asleep with my skirt on. Like, I don't even know. It's a lot. That part is like stupid because it's unbelievably dangerous, and there's no reason that me specifically, but anyone on earth, especially a young woman, a young girl, should be in that kind of predicament ever on life. Because when things like capsule hotels all the way to motels and dormitories and things exist, they should have programs in place, even just for travelers. What about people who want to travel the world? There are some people who would like to travel the world and can get to places, but would not like to spend half of their yearly income on lodging for a place that they're only going to sleep at that night. And then hostels, I mean, the word says it all. They should have friendlies. If they had something like that, where it was like a friendly environment for people to go, you could facilitate world travel for human beings. But you have to elevate the consciousness of the collective overall. And I hope that that's what I can do by bringing some light to this situation, dark world, light work style. So I guess that's all really. I feel like I might have had something else to say about it. Yeah, the sleeping. Oh, and then when it's time to go inside, we have to literally find a place like a mall or a library is probably the best place. And that sucks too, because if you're tired and exhausted and you want to lay down or you want to be in private, sitting in a library is only helping you get out of the elements. It is not helping you with any of the needs that you have when it comes to just alone time and time to decompress and rejuvenate as a human being. And everybody deserves that. I don't care what your problem is. If you're a drug addict, if you're a orphan, like most of the people who I have come in contact with in the 5 years that I was homeless, had no family. And the only reason I'm here is because my family is completely inept. Do you know what I mean? Like, most of the young people that I met their parents were dead. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of them ended up with like substance abuse problems because of how bad the family unit was. And really, a village, they say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, the entire village has to turn its back on one of the members in order for someone to fall through the cracks so deeply that they end up homeless. And I'm a prime example because I am a middle-class person with upper middle-class people in my life. But when it came to emotional capability, they failed me. And it wasn't even about offering resources. It was about people gathering around me like a village to help me, number one, not fall in the first place, and help me get back up. But if they're not there, it's not going to happen.
And that is the number one thread that I've seen through the homeless people that are here. And that also needs to change too, but that's about like generational curses and everything. And I do have a whole video on generational curses and how I broke one, and I can show you how the other women in my family did not. And I will be doing that next. Okay, I have to go. 5 minutes. Love you. Hello. I am back again. There is a freaking, look at this shit. I don't know what the hell this is. The parade of machinery everywhere you fucking turn. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, first of all, look at Boo. We're playing ball and watch. Boo loves to play ball. Anyway, the machinery is out of line. This right here, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is constant on Long Beach. This guy. It looks like Tonka trucks. Look at the line of trucks. What in the fudge sickles are these mofos doing, bro? And then there's the, oops, I gotta, sorry. There, I don't even know if you can hear me, but, and then there's this giant city of, there it is. Oh, no, that's the actual city. Yo, no, wait, I can't tell. It's literally ships and barges. We'll get to it. That is not even why I came here. I came here to say something else, but these, look at this. Come on, boys. Didn't you stop playing with that shit when they put away the Hot Wheels? This is just boys wanting to play with digging things. Come on. Anyway, when they're done, I'll come back with my next thing. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Oops. Sorry. There it is, man. There it goes. Ooh. Ready? Soccer is her favorite one. She's a goalie. She's really good at it. There she goes, yes! And, oh, another thing I wanted to talk about was this stuff right here. Right there. That's oil. That's oil in the sand. You see those streaks? It's not modern art, my friends. That's crude oil, and it's from the ocean because of the oil rigs. And guess what? There are also little pieces, little globs of plastic that used to be petroleum that have been spun by the sea just like glass. You know beach glass? Well, there's beach plastic, and it comes from that oil right there being spun by those waves right there, and then they wash up into little black blobs of plastic. Isn't that fantastic? Oh no? I didn't think so either. Hello, friends. Another thing I wanted to say is that it's impossible to keep stuff charged. Like this phone, I sat in the library for a few hours and it only charged up to 60%. I think it might have to do with the cable or something. So that's really irritating. So it's hard to do anything. And then who wants to sit in a library on a computer? Not me. So I don't know. It's very difficult to do stuff like that. It's very difficult to eat. I think I mentioned that before. To use the restroom, just basic, really petty stuff. It's difficult to do. And the people who make the rules that make it so people have to live like this are petty people. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like very petty energy. So that's how it works. And it's very irritating. And I do hope to change it with all of my, I guess, hard work or whatever I'm up to over here, because I am just like finding out what's going on. Like I come to this beach, and a lot of people come to this beach and they go in the water, and when they come out, they're covered in oil. Like I see them, I see it on their legs. They're like gray, and the water is the same color as the sand, and it's oil. And there's little globs. I took a picture of the glob. That's the same type of glob that was in between my toes, and it streaks the sand. And I don't understand how people don't realize that that's oil, because it's black and it looks like oil in the water, and oil and water don't mix, so there's like little droplets of it in the water. And obviously, like, take a pitcher and pour it into a cup. Some little bits are going to spray out of the water, whatever the liquid is. That's what happens in the ocean when you pump like this. The pumping motion, it squirts. The pump leads to a squirt, and it squirts all in the ocean. It's very disgusting. And people, I went in here one time and I got a rash. That was like 7 years ago. I wouldn't recommend anybody ever get in this, because this, my friends, That is oil from those barges over there. It's not cool. But the beach is beautiful. The town is nice. And God is good. So I will see you in a minute. I almost forgot. Here's another film crew. Where are they? Right over my shoulder. They love the fucking film crews. Look at this. I hope you can see that. Let me see if I do. Oh! I took a picture of it. A guy with a camera, like, come on. Truman Show. Oh, it was an old movie. And it was not, like, it was cool back then, but it's not even funny now. So anyway, that's it also. Okay, below is an example of one of the products that you can tell comes off of either a cruise ship or one of these ships here, and that is this single-use like deodorant, like for one little stint. Those are the kind of things that you get on cruise ships and barges when you come to work on an oil rig. Okay, hello friends, I am here back with you once again to show you a prime example of how these people have their priorities completely out of whack when it comes to rules, regulations, and certain things like that. But I have to wait until Clementine and I make it to this tower right here, because this tower denotes the dog beach. And these people are very, very concerned about this on this stretch of beach, which would be fine if the stretch of beach was not covered in pollution of all. This is organic. That is a mango chunk, and this is a piece of plastic, and this is a Reese's container. So we know the Reese's Corporation can come and get this piece. How about you just come and get the pieces with your name on it? If you're the CEO of the Reese's Corporation, just come get all the Hershey's Reese's stuff right here. But I already said that before. So these people are so concerned with where a little dog sits or shits when the entire stretch of the ocean is covered in oil. Earl, my friends, that is not cool. And we are going to get their priorities back in whack. All right, let's go.